Hey everybody, welcome in on a hump day. It's Wednesday, the July 30th already, guys. It's crazy. Here you are for live weather impact today. We got a lot to talk about. We've got a special guest coming on today. We're going to be talking some lightning safety. We're going to talk about the earthquake a little bit as much as we can. It was wild last night. Sixth biggest earthquake in the world's records happened last night around 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. It set off tsunami warnings and alerts for the whole Pacific Rim. Thankfully, the worst tsunami damage was confined to areas of Russia, a little bit in Japan, but we'll talk more about that coming up in a few minutes with Tim. But let's talk about our weather because we're starting to see a little bit of a change in the pattern. It started yesterday where we kind of broke the heat wave, I would say, maybe slightly. But today it really started to kick in as temperatures are getting a little bit cooler. The big cool down, though, is still a couple days away. You're going to have to wait to the weekend. So let's take a look at our Dallas camera tonight. We could take a look outside. Oh, beautiful shot there. That's actually a rain shower off towards the west with the setting sun. So you're seeing some pretty good looking skies out there. Those towering cumulus clouds. We talked about rain bubbles and the life cycle of single cell thunderstorms. That's kind of what we have going on today. Uptown right now, this is our roof camera here at WCNC looking back towards the gorgeous skyline of Charlotte. You actually see one of those towering cumulus clouds off in the distance there. The current temperature 90, so yeah, technically cooler, not as hot. And there's our giant overlord wasps taking over the camera there. The dew point though is 72, so even though it's cooler technically, it has definitely been muggier the last couple of days, and that's still making it feel like it's 97. The current temperature, 90 here, 73 Boone, up in Tim's world. We're the same temperature as Tim tonight, 90 degrees, so Greensboro, we're kind of on par with them. Dew points, as I mentioned, 70, so it is very sticky out there. The number of days of 90 plus today, 24. I don't know why that went to 22 to 24. We skipped a number. It's 24, trust me. It should have been 23 initially there. But yeah, 24 consecutive days, fourth longest streak in the city's record books. And this is our 44th 90-degree day of the year. Now that's significant because that is our normal number for an entire calendar year. As I mentioned, today's July 30th. We still have all of August and a good chunk of September where you can get 90-degree temperatures. So a good month and a half left. We are certainly going to go above normal just because we're going to have 2 more days this week alone. But the below normal days coming up will put a little break on the 90-degree heat. So maybe we will end up with maybe something more reasonable. Certainly not going to be 88, but I think we're going to get well into the 50s, possibly 60 days of 90 plus. Where are those storms right now? Well, the ones we've been keeping an eye on are kind of sitting there over in parts of Cleveland County, western Lincoln County, Catawba County. Certainly some nice rainfall out there for many areas. Nothing strong or severe right now, and no flash flooding to speak of with these, even though that's going to be a threat we're going to watch the next couple of days, because anything that develops is going to be super slow moving, tropical in nature. That means heavy downpours possible, and any one of those slow moving storms is going to dump a ton of rain, and you're going to have the potential for flash flooding. So the impacts going into Friday: flash flood risk, localized flooding. Highest rain chance could be probably Friday evening into Friday night. Some of these storms will have the potential to produce flash flooding. So today and this evening we have that risk, but this risk will honestly continue all the way until Friday when we see that front move through. Tonight, mid-70s. Tomorrow, we're back into the low to mid-90s, so another hot day, but notice the 60% chance of scattered showers and storms. Now, kind of a chaotic surface map here. You're looking at scattered showers and storms kind of all over the place, but what the big story is going to be Friday, backdoor cold front. So what that means, the front's coming down from Virginia, so it's going to move down from the northeast to the southwest, and that's usually a cold air damming or a cold air wedge setup that we call it. We don't normally see that in the summer. So the fact that we're getting this in July is awesome. It's actually going to cool us off, and it's actually going to help produce some pretty heavy rain. So this will be a pattern that we see going into the weekend. So not only is it going to be cool, but as I mentioned, the air you can wear, low 70-degree dew points, the super sauna kind of air, it's going to be with us through Friday. But look at Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We're talking dew points in the low 60s, mid to upper 50s. That's almost unheard of in the summer. So not only is it going to be cooler, it's not going to be humid on top of that. So we get the double bonus of drier, cooler air, which is exactly what we deserve after the crazy heat wave we just went through. Now, excessive rainfall. To get there first to that cool, dry weather, we got to get through a cold front, that backdoor front, and that's going to produce excessive rainfall. So a medium risk for, flash flooding. This gives you about a 15 to 20% chance of a flash flood event somewhere within 25 miles. And so when you look at the rainfall forecast, remember, numerical modeling, like this guidance that we call it, we're not good at specifics with this, so don't look at the exact totals and the location, but get an idea that somewhere in our area could get up to 3 or 4 inches of rain. It won't be Chester. It could be Chester, but it could be anywhere south and east of 85, depending on where this front stalls. So the location is the hard part to pin down. We just know the atmosphere is prime for somebody to get a whole bunch of rain in a short period of time Friday night. And so that's why we're under that flash flood risk. But also notice some areas don't see nearly that much rain. So there will be spots that don't get much rain at all. That's what we mean by localized flash flooding. It's not a huge widespread flood event. So this is also going to probably reduce the chance of a flood watch, because it's going to be hard to pin down where to put that. But I would put it past some areas, especially the upstate, maybe getting under a flood watch at some point. But isolated flood warnings will be possible. The heat dome, the big responsible part of this heat wave, it breaks down. We actually see a trough of low pressure, which is a dip in the jet stream, bringing cooler, drier weather, and yes, wetter weather going into the end of the week. So when we look at the 7-day rainfall forecast, which is a look at how much rain we'll see over the next 7 days, you kind of see it's really confined to the Carolinas, and we could see some pockets, and that actually looks like it's not updated yet, but the Carolinas certainly will be the highlight of the heavy rain risk. So the weekend forecast, there's a lot of reasons to look forward to the weekend. A lot of folks do. This weekend is one you really want to look forward to, because unlike last weekend when it was 101 and 102, two of the hottest temperatures we've seen since 2015, this weekend is 20 to 22 degrees cooler. 80 degrees on Saturday, 81 on Sunday. Now, the wetter of the 2 days is going to be Saturday, because that's when we'll have more cloud cover, drizzle, and mist around. So certainly that'll be a day where I think we'll see the most scattered showers and possible drizzle. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. You see temperatures, again, 2 more days in the 90s. 70% chance of rain. August 1st is Friday, which is crazy to think it's already August. July has blown by, but it has been a hot one. It's going to be much cooler for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There's those temperatures in the 80s. We'll show you the 10-day forecast go way out in the future. As we get into that first week of August, you'll see temperatures again running in the low to mid 80s at least through next Thursday. So a long stretch of possibly below normal temperatures. And to put that in perspective, we have not seen a 60-degree low since mid-June. We have not been below normal since the beginning of July. And so it's been a hot, hot summer. To have the chance for not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 days in a row of below normal temperatures, that would be the longest streak in months. Not weeks, not days, months. So it is going to be an incredible, nice stretch of weather for cooler temperatures. And for folks who need rainfall, we're going to get some rain as well.